Hey everyone, thanks for joining the webinar. I am Ananta Ramachandran, Principal Product Marketing Manager here at DigitalOcean. I'm joined by Michael Kelly, Senior Software Engineer at DigitalOcean. Today, we are diving into one of the most pressing challenges for cloud storage professionals, which is how to save big on storage for infrequently accessed data. In the next 45 minutes, we aim to provide you with valuable information. Basically, we'll share uh, how to avoid common challenges and provide some tips to drastically reduce your storage costs. We'll also introduce you to DigitalOcean's Spaces cold storage and demonstrate how it can fundamentally change your cost equation. And finally, we'll also outline some clear next steps for exploring cold storage as a foundational part of your overall storage solution. Right? Before we dive deep into challenges and tips to reduce storage costs, I want to give an overview of DigitalOcean for some of us on this webinar who may be net new or maybe hearing about DigitalOcean for the first time. At DigitalOcean, our mission is to simplify the cloud and AI so that folks like you can spend more time creating software that truly changes the world. Right? That's a meaningful change in the world that we aspire to make through our cloud and AI services. We've been powering customers worldwide, right? We have over 3 million active cloud and AI developers who trust DigitalOcean's cloud and AI services to fuel their business, right? Uh, Many digital native enterprises, which are businesses such as yours, that may be offering products or services that are highly powered by cloud and AI, can often have struggles with many hyperscalers in the market. For example, many hyperscalers, right, are super complex to understand and manage, right? And then their costs can be very prohibitive for growing businesses, for digitally native enterprises to grow at scale, right? And some of their contracts and limited support can also constrain you when you're trying to grow, right? That's when you need a simple, scalable, and approachable cloud and AI platform that can help you achieve your business ambitions, right? Because you may not be having, let's say, an army of DevOps, Cloud Ops, or FinOps professionals, right? And you want a scalable solution with enterprise-grade SLA for your mission-critical products. And that's the promise that DigitalOcean offers, and many customers enjoy that, right? We are also a trusted cloud partner without the walled garden, right? We offer 24/7 support, rich documentation, a vibrant community that makes cloud and AI professionals thrive and enables their businesses to grow as well. Right? DigitalOcean offers comprehensive cloud and AI services. Right? At its core, we offer infrastructure as a service, right? All the way from virtual machines, which we call as droplets, to storage solutions, to networking, right? And we also offer platform as a service. For example, we offer tons of managed databases, Kubernetes, an app platform, and also a vibrant marketplace where a lot of our partners complement or enhance the DigitalOcean solution as well. We also offer web hosting solution through Cloudways too. In addition to that, you see an yellow box on the right side, which is the new and exciting Gradient AI solution that DigitalOcean offers for AI-driven applications and workflows as well, right? So we have Gradient AI infrastructure, Gradient AI platform, also applications and agents that can help you scale your business through AI as well, right? But for today's webinar, we are specifically focused on storage, right? Within storage, we are more focused on the infrequently accessed data because storage costs are rising up with an explosion of AI, right? The need to use and maintain data is exploding as well. And if you look at that data, right, a majority of them could be infrequently accessed data that you only need rarely, right? Because of the data explosion, the storage costs is also exploding, right? But there are certain paradoxes or challenges associated with managing your cold storage for your infrequently accessed data, right? That's what I want to share a bit more about. The true cost of cold storage isn't the rest at rest fee, right? It's the hidden asymmetrical cost structure of retrieval. That's the true challenge, right? For example, a compliance audit or disaster recovery event that requires, let's say, petabytes of data from a deep archive often comes with a bill that rivals your entire annual storage budget, right? Legacy cold tiers could be punitive tier transactions, and retrieval fees designed by many hyperscalers could be discouraging such data access for such events, right? We must view these fees as a definition of unpredictable cost sprawl, right? So pay more attention to the asymmetrical retrieval costs associated with cold storage. The next challenge is the latency price lock-in, right? Um, Infrequently accessed data does not mean the data is never accessed, right? When you utilize traditional archival tiers, right, you accept, let's say, a 4 to 12 hour or sometimes multi-day delays for bulk retrieval, right? This time penalty is an operational overhead that stalls many time-sensitive projects, like, let's say, an ML model training or an urgent complex analysis that needs to be done to accelerate your application development, right? In modern cloud stack, the trade-off between price and access speed should not be that binary, right? The third challenge that I want to talk about is the blunt force of lifecycle management, right? Let's all admit, right? How many of us are still relying on blunt time-based lifecycle policies, like, let's say, a simple loss modified date greater than 90 days rule, right? This is blunt force trauma to manage infrequently accessed data and store them, right? Without granular telemetry into actual get and list API calls, we under optimize and end up paying premium rates for truly dead data, right? Um, the next challenge that I want to talk about is the archival API fragmentation, right? Finally, we face vendor lock-in via API divergence, right? While the S3 API is the de facto standard, vendor archival extensions often involve, let's say, a proprietary policy or retrieval APIs that are different, right? This fragmentation can stifle your multi-cloud strategies, right? And makes multiple petabyte migration very challenging and a costly exercise, right? A true object storage solution must consistently honor S3 compatibility across all storage classes, right? Those are some of the challenges that are commonly associated with cloud storage management, right? Now, what are some of the tips or best practices to address those challenges and reduce the cloud storage costs, right? The first thing that I want to focus on is, or encourage you to do, is to adopt an access-based tiering, right? Like stop guessing based on age or shift from a time-based to an access-based classification or a tiering model, right? Your goal is to identify truly inert data, right? Objects with zero get calls over, let's say, a 60-day or a 90-day period. The most significant efficiency gain comes from moving this high volume, low access data to the dedicated cold storage architected for this exact data profile, right? The next way to reduce storage costs would be to demand predictable retrieval costs, right? We must mandate cost predictability, right? Prioritize providers who flatten the retrieval cost curve, specifically those who bundle a substantial monthly retrieval allowance into the base rate. Right? This removes the variations or the financial risk from a security and compliance events too. The third tip that I would share is enforce granular bucket level access keys, right? For example, security and cost management are inherently linked, right? Uh, Utilizing granular bucket level access keys, or let's say scoped IAM policies for cold archives, restricting, let's say, some users to write only for backup agents or read only for retrieval applications, etc., can be very beneficial, right? Because what that does is it enforces the principle of least privilege and enhances your ability to track and log access for all your audit and compliance purposes, right? The fourth tip that I want to share is about prioritizing cold tiers with millisecond or super fast retrieval SLAs, right? The definition of cold must change, right? Modern cold storage must guarantee like nearly instant super fast retrieval times, not like several hours or several days, right? This capability is critical because it unlocks high value, cost optimized use cases, allowing you to cost effectively archive and retrieve petabyte scale ML training sets or log archives that you need occasionally for let's say, or for rapid sampling, right? So those are some of the common challenges associated with cold storage and some of the tips to manage cold storage better and optimize your storage costs, right? To help many DigitalOcean customers, right? We are happy to say that DigitalOcean has recently released Spaces Cold Storage, which is a cold tier that is part of the Spaces object storage, right? To help our customers better manage infrequently accessed data and lower their overall storage cost, right? The Spaces Cold Storage, which is right now in public preview, is expected to be generally available during early December in all DigitalOcean regions where Spaces is already available, except in Bangalore, right? If you look at the key capabilities, right, like basically it has like 30-day minimum object retention. It currently does not support CDN support. When you buy Spaces object, it comes with CDN support that's included as part of your subscription. However, the cold storage currently does not support the CDN option. And we offer simple, transparent pricing even for cold storage, right? For example, it's 0.7 cents per gigabytes per month, right? And the cold storage subscription also gives you the option for one free retrieval per month, right? One free retrieval per month, right? Your data is yours. You should be able to retrieve. So that's why following the simple, transparent pricing that enables customers to predict their storage costs, we offer this one free retrieval per month. After that one free retrieval, right, you will be charged for any additional retrievals. For example, there could be retrieval overages charged at 1 cents per gigabyte per month beyond that one free retrieval per month allowance, right? So we offer the Spaces cold storage as part of our Spaces product that is right now in public preview, expected to be generally available during early December in all regions except in Bangalore, right? You've heard a lot about some of the challenges and tips to avoid storage to better manage infrequently accessed data and reduce your storage costs. Spaces Cold Storage addresses many of those challenges and makes it easier for you to adopt many of those tips. We have a robust roadmap to continue to evolve Spaces product and cold storage solution so that we'll make it easier for you to avoid many more challenges and make it easier for you to adopt many such tips and best practices so that you're able to improve infrequently accessed data management and further lower your cold storage costs. You've heard a lot about those challenges, tips, and this product, but to see it in action, I now invite Michael to walk us through the Spaces cold storage through the DigitalOcean console, please. Michael, take it away from here. Oh, I'm sorry. I should add on a bit more too. I missed this slide. There might be a few of you who are wondering what are key use cases that are relevant for Spaces cold storage, right? Like popular use cases that we've heard from our customers include like whenever there is a backup or a disaster recovery event, right? Like storing secondary copies of data that are rarely accessed should be available instantly, and hence that's a good choice for putting them on Spaces cold storage, right? Next thing is we all build applications, and application logs and diagnostics are something that that are important for us to maintain and retain, that we have to access occasionally. So that could be another good candidate for cold storage as well, right? Similarly, there are tons of businesses that rely on user-generated content, scientific data, or older project files, right? Those archives are another good candidate for cold storage as well, right? And I know AI is on top of mind for many businesses. A lot of us are building AI apps or infusing AI into our existing applications, right? So AI needs, especially training and inference archives are huge, right? So you can archive large, infrequently accessed data sets or model checkpoints that can be retrieved on demand. Those are good use cases for cold storage as well, right? So just wanted to share some of these popular use cases before we show the product demo. And now for Michael, please take it away and show us the demo of the product, please.
Hi, everybody. My name is Michael Kelly. I'm an engineer here at DigitalOcean on the Spaces team. And I'm just going to give a quick demo of creating a cold storage bucket and highlight some of the differences between standard storage and cold storage. So once you are logged into your DigitalOcean account at cloud.digitalocean.com, you can click the Create button from anywhere in the control panel and select Spaces Object Storage. And that'll bring you to the Spaces bucket create page. So like with all Spaces buckets, the first thing you want to do is select where the data will live, where your bucket will be. And usually this is based off of where your users are located, where your application is located, or for some compliance reasons. So for this demo, I'm just going to use the New York data center. And then we now will have the option to select a standard storage or cold storage. Standard storage is the storage that we've been offering for years. And then there's now this new option for cold storage. So before we actually create the cold storage bucket, I do want to highlight some of the differences. So at GA launch, the cold storage will not support web buckets, cores, bucket policies, or anonymous requests. These are on our roadmap and will be coming shortly after GA. Additionally, there's no CDN support and there's no ACL support. These are being evaluated to see if they fit with the cold storage bucket as a product, and those decisions are still in progress. And then there's a minimum retention period of 30 days and a minimum billable size. And those are really there to ensure that cold storage is used as infrequently accessed data, things like long-term backups, archival workloads where the objects just don't change often, as opposed to our standard storage where it's designed for high churn, frequently accessed data, and those kind of workloads. So like I said, cold storage won't have CDN support for GA, so that option will be disabled here. And then we just need to enter in a unique name, which is the same for, let's do demo. There we go. So a unique name like you need for standard buckets, you need it for cold buckets as well. So we'll create that bucket. And that will redirect us to the bucket page. And we can see here that it will be labeled as cold storage. And then in the settings, a few of the options will be disabled because these are not going to be available at GA, but they are in our roadmap. And I think that is it for the demo. I believe it is time for some Q&A.
Thanks, Michael. That's very simple, intuitive UI to add infrequently accessed data to Spaces object storage under the cold storage tiers as well. That's very simple, intuitive demo. Thank you for sharing that. So folks, what you saw was Michael just log into the familiar DigitalOcean console, just like you would add a Spaces object storage. You should be able to just use the navigation and to add infrequently accessed data, right? If you have any questions about what you've heard during the first part of the webinar or what you saw on the DigitalOcean console, we request you to share through the chat here. Michael and I will be more than happy to answer those questions. Michael, this is one of the top requested features that many customers have asked, and we've already have some frequently asked questions that are showing up here as well. So maybe we'll take some time to address those common questions before we dive into some of the specific questions that are coming out here. So I know many of us in the audience here are evaluating DigitalOcean, right? They are starting to use Spaces object storage, right? To make it clear, can you share a bit more details on the difference between the Spaces object storage, the standard storage, and Spaces cold storage, which is for infrequently accessed data, please?
Sure, yeah. So standard storage is for workloads that have frequently accessed data. And standard storage has no retrieval fees, no retention period. So you're welcome to grab your data as often as you want it, change it as often as you want it. As opposed to cold storage where you get a reduced storage cost for that data that's infrequently accessed, but there's a minimum retention period and there's a minimum billable size. And those are the key differences between those.
Yeah, yeah. So the key difference is frequently accessed data versus infrequently accessed data, right? No retention policies versus retention policies, right? That's at a high level. That's the key difference, right, Michael? I also wanted to understand because another top question that many customers who've enjoyed this in public preview and private preview have asked is they wanted a bit more clarity about the free retrieval of cold storage, right? We offer one free retrieval of cold storage data per month, and also any insights on early deletion charges, etc., will be helpful for our audience. Can you share more details about that, please?
Yeah. So the way the free retrieval works is there's a weighted daily average for a month, and that is used to determine the amount of storage that you're allowed to retrieve within a month. And then I think you mentioned the early deletion. So early deletion is billed at the same 7/10 of a cent. And so it's really just once your data is there past the 30 days, there's no additional charge for the deletion.
Thank you. I know several customers have been enjoying this in private preview, public preview. Can you share some generic examples or an example of how a customer has been using this Spaces cold storage?
Yeah, so we have a few customers that are using it primarily for backups. I think that's going to be a big use case for a lot of people, but that's the most common that we've seen so far.
All right. Are there any specific backups? Are they backing up like virtual machines, or are they backing up databases? Can you share a bit more about those, please?
I don't know the specifics there of what they're backing up. I didn't dig into that.
Okay,
but we can definitely look and see what they're doing there.
Yeah. So we anticipate backups to be one of the top use cases for cold storage, right? Especially like storing secondary copies of data that are rarely accessed, must be available instantly, right? That's a clear use case of data that is best if it resides in a cold storage tier, right? Similarly, application logs and diagnostics, archives, AI/ML training, and inference archives are some of the data sets that many customers are looking to put on cold storage to reduce their overall storage costs. Those are some of the insights that I've gleaned from some of the discussions I've heard from some customers who've evaluated this in public preview stage. There's a question here on the chat, Michael. There's Arjun, thank you for the question. The question is, can you share a bit more about how is the data stored, like multiple locations, different clusters, RAID Z3, etc. Like, and also, like, can you count on it being there when we need to restore? So, can you provide those details as well, please?
So you can definitely count on the data being there when you restore it. It will be as durable as our existing standard storage bucket. So if you've relied on standard storage, you can expect the same level of durability from cold storage.
Yeah. Thank you. And Arjun just added another point saying that they have close to 3 TB of screen recordings a month, right? Which we have to store because of law and regulations, right? That's another popular use case too, right? Anytime you need to store some data for compliance or regulation purposes, those are great use cases for putting such data on cold storage as well, right? Great. Michael, is there anything else that you've heard from some of the customers or some of the public preview customers that you want to clarify or provide additional information here so that when this becomes generally available in early December, our audience here will be able to jump into to DO console and be able to start using this cold storage capability?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is that it's as easy as going and creating the bucket and start using it. It should work just like our existing spaces buckets do. All of our access keys will work the same, and it should be pretty easy to just replace a standard bucket with a cold bucket if you have infrequent data access needs.
Yeah, and some of the customers use Spaces object storage through the DO console. Some of them access it through the API. Are there any details or guidance on when to use what?
Once the bucket's created, it should work in any scenario there. However, creating a cold bucket needs to happen through the UI. You aren't going to be able to create it through like a CLI or an API tool. Yeah.
Cool. Spaces object storage is it's a critical part of many storage solutions of many customers, right? Just for an FYI for our audience here, in DigitalOcean, we offer a variety of storage solutions, right? We have volume block storage, which is block storage that you can attach to a virtual machine, right? You should consider that if you have use cases for that kind of a storage solution, right? We also have network file storage, right, which we recently launched during October. So if you have the need to mount and share file storage across all your droplets or DigitalOcean Kubernetes, right? You may want to consider network file storage as well, a solution that we launched recently. And then we have the Spaces object storage, which includes cold storage that we discussed during this webinar, right? So there are a variety of storage solutions that DigitalOcean offers, right? You can visit the DigitalOcean website to learn more about the other storage solutions, volume block storage and network file storage that we do not cover in this webinar, right? But just wanted to let you know that we offer comprehensive storage solutions for a variety of your needs, right? With that, I know we are getting close to the 30-minute mark here. I do want to sincerely thank all our audience for your time and interest in learning more about challenges and tips to better manage infrequently accessed data and see how DigitalOcean's Spaces cold storage can help you with that and reduce your storage costs as well, right? If you are a prospective customer who's looking for a simple, scalable cloud and AI platform, right? You should try DigitalOcean, right? And to make it easier, you can scan the QR code that you see on the left-hand side of the screen, right? That gives you $200 in credit to simply just try DigitalOcean, right? So if you're new and exploring a better cloud and AI platform, use that $200 credit to try DigitalOcean and see how many customers have loved and used this cloud and AI platform for over the years, right? However, if you're an existing DigitalOcean customer, right, who's interested in adopting Spaces cold storage, right, you can do a couple of things. Right now, this is in public preview, right? You can easily create a support ticket to get access to this preview if you're super curious to get going today itself, right? However, early December, we expect this solution to be generally available, right? And after that, you should be able to log on to the DigitalOcean console and do everything that you saw Michael do during the demo, right? Once you log on to DigitalOcean console, you'll be able to see the options to create Spaces cold storage, right? So you can access it through the DigitalOcean console. However, we understand that for many of you, you may have some complex storage needs, or you may need some expert guidance to reevaluate your storage strategy and then reduce your storage cost, right? So if you want to connect with the DigitalOcean expert, we are more than happy to help, right? You can also contact our sales team to share more about your need, who can help you connect with the right expert, right? We have solution architects who can provide, let's say, a cloud architecture review or a discussion on how to improve your backups and disaster recovery, or just how to improve your storage management and lower your storage costs, right? We have solution architects and experts who can help you with the personalized needs to address some of your complex situations as well. So if you have such needs, right, you can contact our sales and they'll help you connect with the right expert at DigitalOcean. Again, we want to sincerely thank you for your time and interest today, right? Again, we are on a mission to make cloud and AI easy so that people like you can make a meaningful difference through big impact to your business and big impact to the world as well. Hopefully, the information gleaned from here will help you adopt Spaces cold storage very easily and help deliver that meaningful change. Thank you so much for your time and interest today. Take care. Bye.